like I say, you're not hung up on the label anymore. You're kind of literally doing that I don't even care right now, especially future focus. I brought up moving. I could say maybe springtime could be a sign that you are moving. You could be house hunting, apartment looking. But let me see more about this future focus. I think you're more thinking about yourself. Future focus. Oh, union and in sync right here. Wow. That's where I think I said in whatever part, I think that you're not expecting this person to come right now. I think that maybe, yes, you are hoping that still, don't make it fit. There's still a part of you. And again, this is how you're feeling towards your person. Go this whole reading to make sure it makes sense. Like I said, I think there is a small part of you. You do want that union, but I don't think that, again, I'm not feeling you're hanging on to the idea. You're really not. You're kind of doing if it's part of my future, great. If not, cool. I'm moving through. I'm thinking it through. Working in perfect rhythm with each other, feeling seen, heard, valued, respected. I think you're looking at this union as, in your mind, you don't think this is going to happen till later on down the road, especially if you've never got that appropriate apology or any of that sort of stuff, or anything from your person that matter, especially if you've always looked at them as a charismatic Casanova. I always look at this as my Knight of Cups. Very Prince Charming, especially if they moved on as quick as they did. You could really look at this person right now as they're not ready to settle down. But I think in your mind, too, that future focus, I'm also staring at the bride and the groom right there. It's like, I think you are thinking about marriage with or without this person. That's what I'm saying. You're not holding on to this person. I think if you're doing if it is great, but if not, I'll be all right. I think you're really riding the waves when it comes to this person. What's this? Yes, absolutely. Balancing, truly, I'm trying to balance the scales of my life and of our connection. I took from you more than you were able to give. I used you for my own benefit. I now understand this was unhealthy and unfair to you. I'm sorry. Wow, I have to say, this collective, you're very mature, and I know I'm going to get in the comments saying, I don't forgive them. Then it's not your reading, because this collective, I said it from part one, I don't feel like you're feeling full-blown anger when it comes to this person. I really don't, because I really do feel like this has been a long separation for the two of you. If anything, I saw 222 on my timer sign. You could be seeing 222. You're trying to balance your life out. And that's where I was saying, again, I brought up in part one, this collective, you could have love bombed this person yourself or wanted more out of this person, as far as, again, like I brought up a pet or a home or something. And maybe that is something a perspective you're starting to see, is maybe this person couldn't give to me the way they could at the time. And I was expecting too much out of them. And that's where I think part of you want to take accountability for. The rest of it, not your fault. That is not your own doing or your fault that they behave the way they did, but there is that small part of you that, yes, absolutely, I think you're very mature enough to say, if I really do want union with this person, if that does come, I need to ride the middle. There needs to be an equal give and take with that balance right there. So sign, very nice. Spring, what's this? Spring? Inner child healing. I have made and used excuses in order to control or sabotage our connection. But now I realize the only way to heal is to mend, acknowledge, and forgive my past. This collective, I just said that. I think you're trying to forgive this person. I think a part of you wants to forgive. So far from what I'm seeing, you're not doing I want my person back, but I think you want to forgive this person. But if they come in correctly, but then, yeah, I got twin flame. But like I said, I feel like, again, with that charismatic Casanova, you don't know how to feel about this person because they've never treated you accordingly. And again, that's not your fault, but you've kind of learned that over time. And especially with twin flames, let's be real, you guys are mirrors of each other. You guys are the yin and yang. You reflect off of each other, good and bad. And I hear it in the comments a lot. No, they do all wrong. I do no right. Sorry. Takes two to tango. And I think that this collective, you have figured that out. It may have took you some time, but actually, one second. And let's be real, if I'm talking about a true twin flame connection, let's be real, your twin is mainly to come in your life to trigger you, and it's to trigger your past, to heal from your past, your childhood wounds. Makes me curious. Sorry, trigger warning, this collective, you could have came from a very broken home, or you just kind of not had the best dynamics when it came to growing up. I'm hearing bullying. You could have been bullied a lot. I felt like growing up was kind of rough for you, and that is where Again, it says, I want to mend and acknowledge and forgive my past. I feel like for this collective, and I feel like this is an energy you're just setting into. I feel like I'm tapping into a collective. You could have in the past held grudges on people, especially if you've been hurt your whole life, even towards this person. I think just now, with that yes, absolutely right here, you are coming into a sense of, if I really want a beautiful future, if I really want marriage with somebody, with or without this person, doesn't matter, I have to heal. This doesn't serve me anymore. And that's where the balancing kind of comes in from. I'm also hearing spring of like maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years ago. Could have been time you guys could have been broken up is what I'm hearing. Like I said, I feel like something's coming up for this collective during this time as well. And again, I'm getting maybe moving. You're planning on moving in some form. But I feel like, again, with this collective, your childhood wasn't the easiest, to grow up in. 555 on my timer. And that's also where I'm seeing maybe that's where you've kind of acknowledged the past, especially with this person. If you're kind of, have always done no, let's move in, let's do this. If you've always been the one to kind of rush into dynamics, and it's sad because you're craving a love or a form of affection that you never got as a child. It's like, naturally when, love bombing, they always say, love bombing is a form of narcissism. Doesn't always mean that they're a narcissist. It's a part of them. It's like it's not healed sometimes with that love bombing. Yes, in the honeymoon phases, I get it. When you first meet somebody, you're in love with someone, it's natural to be all cutesy and talky and whatever, you guys are saying. But at the same time, when I see love bombing majority of the times, it's coming from a place of childhood wounding. There was a part of your childhood you never got certain affections from that you're craving that out of somebody else. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like that is something this collective you have acknowledged. Makes sense. Charismatic Casanova, one more, and then we'll move on to your person. Spiritual practices. That's what I'm saying. This collective, you're learning. There's that cosmic love. Even though we are not together, we are connected through and through. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I'm awake, I think of you. I am able to feel you as if you are physically here. That's why I think this collective, you truly do believe this person is your twin. One way or another. And like I said, I don't think you're doing that. I want them to come back, but you're like, I think truly you're in this place of, I could forgive them if they came in with the appropriate apology. Don't make that fit, because I will get that in the comments. Now, I want to see how does your person feel about you? Okay. How does this person feel about you? Oh, there's that spring again. How's this person feel about you? How they feel about you? How's this person feel about this collective? So I got patience, unsent message, distance, and reinvention. I brought up this collective. You could be moving by springtime, thinking about it. One of the two. Something, okay, and then I got fall time at the bottom deck could also be very significant. There is something about they know time is very ticking, because I'm staring at that hourglass. You see that sand coming down. They know time is ticking when it comes to you. I think that your person's constantly right now doing that. I'm trying to type up a message and then I delete it. I type up a message and then I delete it. Makes me curious if this person's planning on coming forth with you. I don't think that they like that there's this distance between the two of you. If anything, I think they're craving literally this reconciliation, this reinvention with you. Metamorphosis of mind and spirit, changing oneself into something better, working on shadow aspect and becoming aware of strengths and weaknesses. This person is leveling up, whether you're aware of it or not. And that's why patience has been needed this whole time. But yeah, Side, I don't think you're with that unsent message. I don't think you're in contact with this person right now. Like, if anything, I could see them type it somehow and then they're like, never mind, not the time. I think this person knows that saying I'm sorry over text message is not going to cut it for you. They kind of already know that. There could literally be physical distance between the two of you. Again, I brought up moving. I may be curious if this person's aware you're trying to move. Makes me curious. Oh, I said springtime, and if that doesn't apply to you, that is okay. There's clearly a memory, if anything, that I am